Hi, everyone. And we are live with Kathy Baldwin again this week. We met with her last week, and she was bringing a re release of her book, Unlearn Crap. Now we're Unlearn My Crap. And as she kind of, headed last week, this is more her story of how she unlearned the crap. So why don't you tell everybody the difference in the book you released last week and the book you released this week, and why both would be important to their journey?
Well, unlearn the crap and level up is the how of how I unlearned my crap. It is the actionable items, it is the learnings, it is the education that people can use to implement for themselves.
Mhm.
How I unlearned my crap is my story. It is my personal story. And I show by example of the learnings and the healings that I did to
Mhm.
unlearn my own crap. So I look at crap as like the landslide that happens on a perfectly beautiful road. And it
Mhm.
is all that muck and dirt and rocks that are in the way of us living our beautiful life. And so for me, I needed to remove all of that so that I
Mhm.
could be on my purpose and with peace and passion and prosperity and all the rest of that. So it is intimate, it
Mhm.
is vulnerable, it is raw and naked. And I'm hoping that by my doing my own self-reflection, that someone can go, oh, I never thought about that and how it would affect me in their own life story.
Yeah. And for those of you who don't already know Kathy, I mean, I know Kathy. I've worked with her off and on for the past probably year and a half. But she is an author with us here at She Writes Studios. She's also a host of Unlearn the Crap and Level Up Your Soul is Calling, which is available on our Phoenix TV platform. And, she really dives into her knowledge that she's used for herself, experience as an education in quantum physics, biology, psychology, human behavior. And if she doesn't know it, she brings people in, right? That do know these things on, really looking at how you can heal yourself from burnout, stress, mental health. And a complete and total nervous breakdown when the medical community offers pills and plateaus for you. She's able to help you dive in deeper and really offer success and really level up out of that deep dark place. So this book really looks on her personal transformation, being her true authentic self. She's willing to bring back the covers and show you her mission to alignment, as a purpose strategy concierge. She really wants you to understand, the psychology and the physiology that allowed her to win and how you can also win. So thank you for being transparent and raw in this, and showing everyone a true story of vulnerability, but how you can also rise up out of those, valleys of what seem like impossible despair, to really be successful and finding that inner warrior, no matter whether you're facing something physical or mental, or something that might be even out of your control. You feel, how to take control back over. So what are maybe some tips and tricks that people can look to learn from book one, and maybe some things that you can see applied in your book two?
That's an interesting question. Let me share one of the stories from the book
Okay.
that indicates how this happens. And so this is a funny, lighthearted story. There are a lot of other stories that are very deep, and some of them are traumatic. And I've tried to deal with everything as best as possible.
Mhm.
But my mother was my hero. I
Mhm.
loved and adored my mother. I mean, the sun rose and shed on her when I was asked as a child, who's your hero? Who do you want to be when you grow up? It was always my mother.
Mhm.
And so she had this joke. And she used to say, I'm so perfect that I don't even have bodily functions. And she would say it in that voice. It
Mhm.
was a joke. And
Mhm.
we would have this whole family thing as we would catch her having gas or something. And she goes, that did not happen.
Mhm.
It was fun. It was playful. I had IBS. I had ulcers.
Mhm.
I had fibromyalgia. I had so many problems.
Mhm.
The doctors were spending years poking and prodding me, looking for what was wrong. Do you know the minute that I realized that my brain had taken that joke and transferred it to mean that if I had a bodily function, there was something wrong with me and I was a flawed human being. And so
Mhm.
that I was unconsciously suppressing my own natural body functions. I was denying, I was trying to control. I was
Mhm.
making myself sick. And
Wow.
the minute I looked at that for the truth and went, for
Mhm.
God's sake, that was a joke. That was a joke.
Mhm.
Immediately, my body started to respond
Mhm.
and I got healthier. And I mean, 40 years doesn't undo overnight.
No, no.
But now I celebrate when my body works properly.
Mhm.
That
Great
that's how
lesson.
that's how simple the things are that can
Mhm.
take us out.
Yeah.
We don't even know where the root cause is. And
Mhm.
so it's me shedding different stories of my journey that hopefully people go, oh, I wonder, and start looking at where their own issues and crap lies.
Pull back the covers. Show the truth. So thank you for that. So obviously we already have your last book out and available right away because it was a re-release. This one is now available on ebook, coming out in paperback soon. Uh,
Great.
so that's going to be super exciting. So people can find it now on Amazon, but very soon on all retailers. And it's going to be one of those you want to pull out, both these books, pull out, bring your highlighters, make notes. That's really what Kathy wants you to do too. She wants you to take this book as a real opportunity to evaluate where you're at, where you want to be, and what's it going to take to get there, right? What inner work is it going to take to get there?
Yeah.
Because we're all capable of anything we want to do, but we're in our own damn way sometimes. So
Yes.
how can we get out of our damn way and unlearn
Yeah.
that crap?
Yeah.
So let's take a minute and talk a little bit about how people can not just take these books, but your show and how they can work with you and how they can learn from you. Because Kathy really has an entire entire process out there, and you can kind of meet her wherever you feel is going to be the most productive for you to meet and to learn from. So why don't you talk about some of the other ways people can connect and learn from you?
Well, if you want to be passive and just get a feel for me, my books and the TV show podcast is absolutely great. I talk about all sorts of different topics, everything from health and wellness to financial to emotional, spiritual. I mean, we have some amazing conversations because we are integrated, interrelated human beings. We cannot be separated from any part of our lives. And so, where we are carrying disempowerment in one area, it's going to affect all the others. And
Mm,
so, that is a fantastic way to uh, get a feel for it. But then
mm,
I also believe in the power of collaboration and the power of community. So I am launching a new community where we are going to be collaborating together, and I'll be sharing all of my knowledge and resources. I have group coaching programs that will be launched this week. I've been putting the final touches on everything. And of course, my one-on-one coaching programs are still available. So the way I believe that I want to work with somebody
Mm,
is it's a short-term thing. Because
right.
once you know, and you don't need anyone to help you to continue. My role is to guide people back to themselves because the answers lie within us, and I
Mhm,
can help guide people to their own knowledge and help learn what that information means, and how the systems communicate so
mhm,
that you can understand,
mhm,
because I believe that we've been purposefully not taught the language of our body, mind, and soul.
mm.
And we are as easy to operate as a car or computer.
As long as you know what fuel to put in there.
Yeah.
I don't
Absolutely. The signals are there. The
Mhm,
warning signals, everything is there for us. These machines were built based on what who we are and what we need. And
mhm.
so it's the same thing. We just have to learn how to do it.
Yeah. And be willing to recognize that we may not know everything. And that might be right why we're where we're at. So I know those sometimes those are hard conversations. But what Kathy's saying is she's willing to help you have those conversations so that you can find those answers within yourself. And if you want to kind of start thinking and getting in the right mindset to have those conversations, you can listen to her podcast, you can listen to her shows, you can read her books. But when you're really do that deep dive and you feel like you need some guidance, you can always reach out and work with her directly too. And she's got a couple different platforms that'll allow you to do that. Why don't you share your website real quick? Because it's very simple. So it's
Very simple. If you can spell Kathy with a K, it is kathybaldwin.me.
not me. Yep. I love it. Simple is good. So thank you, Kathy, for bringing another book that is going to shine some real light, being raw, authentic, and true to yourself, but also showing others that it's okay to be human. It's okay to be you. And this is where the mindset and things have to start so that you can take those steps that you're so desperately wanting to step and really level up. So, book one, Unlearn the Crap and Level Up, is out in reprints as of last week. This week, Unlearn My Crap, this is out now. And we are so excited to be on this journey with you. So, thank you for choosing She Rises. Thank you for saying yes. And I can't wait to have the next conversation with you when we can celebrate the success of both these books. You have your new program launching. So, thank you. And I hope to see you soon. Everybody, thanks for listening. If you have any questions, please reach out to her directly and go buy the book. Thank you. Have a great day.